Hey loves, how are you today? At the garden plot again, as you can tell, and it is a gorgeous morning. Don't mind all of this. It's really early. I am not a morning person. It takes a little while for all this to wake up, but I am meeting my garden plot buddy here because we are going to do some staking and planting and different things. So this is what happens before 10 a.m. Right? On my way over here, I noticed a little commotion in the street, and so I stopped, and it turns out there was a life-saving event going on, right? Not for a human, but apparently a huge crawfish had been dropped on the road, and so some folks were picking it up, tending to it, and they're going to drop it back in a pond. And that got me thinking, you know, all these things that get me thinking, right? And that got me thinking about, literally in this case, how an animal was plucked up out of the water. God, good Lord, so sorry, folks. By a bird that then dropped it half a mile away, lost its grip and dropped it on the pavement. And so now it's in this foreign environment, and it's struggling to get its bearings, and through the help of some wonderful Good Samaritans, this little animal, which wasn't so little, has now been returned to the local pond, right? Well, that got me thinking about how it's the same thing, right, with this journey of introspection and inner reflection and self-care. When we are tapping into these new places, or we're dealing with things that we haven't dealt with before, or we're diving into deeper levels of examining and processing and holding space for really reflecting through and thinking through, why do we do what we do? Why do we say what we say? Why do we respond the way that we do? What are these triggers? Which I just learned, actually, we're not supposed to say the word trigger. So I apologize, because I've been saying that in all of these videos, right? It's this constant evolution of understanding. So these things that are emotionally activating for us, and how in those seasons we can naturally respond the way this crayfish responded, right? Flailing around, kicking around, disoriented, not familiar with its surroundings. Same thing for us. If you are not used to the practices and process of reflecting, of intentional mindfulness, right? Purposefully digging and looking and sifting through the layers and holding space for all of it and doing the incremental and intentional work. It feels foreign. It feels weird. It feels disorienting initially. And sometimes it takes community. Many times it takes community. While the work is internal and the work is personal, same thing with this little crayfish that had folks come around it in its moment of need. It's the same thing with us. We have folks in our lives who love us, who care for us, who are committed to us, who want the best for us, who know us, who understand us, whose heart is rooting for us, right? And those are the safe people. Those are the people to let into your circle. Those are the people to let in. Those are the people to be vulnerable. Those are the people who won't judge. Those are the people who will listen. Those are the people who will ask questions to help you process and reflect. Those are the people who will say, yeah, I'm committed. I'm here with you. I'm with you in this, right? So same thing. Those are the people to let into our lives during these seasons and to process with. Because those are the people who are holding space for us. Those are the people who are helping us find our bearings again. Find our way again, find our light again, for those of us who have lost pieces of our light for various reasons, right? So those are just some of the thoughts that I had this morning, and wanted to share. So if that's you, if that's the place that you're in as you are starting this journey of self-care, self-awareness, all of those things, know that the disorientation you feel right now, it's natural, right? Because you are intentionally shifting and changing and operating in ways that have been and are different from your normal coping mechanisms and your normal routine and pattern. So there's disruption that's happening. Keep at it. Keep with it. It's worth the effort, love. It's worth the intention. It's worth every single ounce of discomfort that you're feeling right now, because on the other side of that is going to be growth, evolution, expansion, all of these wonderful things, right? So hang in there.